realize that it's conjoined twins. Like when I translated in Russian, I said, this is not possible. Like seriously,
You know what the interesting thing is? I looked at the statistics of it. 1 in every 2.5 million births. That's how likely it is to happen.
In USA, 1 in a 10 million. Why she's making big deal out of it? She could just like abort them, and we don't have to do any of it, you know.
Have you ever considered the alternative? Like, have you ever considered abortion? All right, guys, I want to welcome you back to Konstantinople, Journeys Beyond Borders, episode 2. Super excited to bring you my next guest. And before I do that, I want to ask you all, first of all, to click that subscribe button. It's going to be here down below. Please share, like, and comment. Your feedback is super important for us to be able to bring you the quality with every episode. So before we get started and before I introduce my guest, I want to remind you guys that this podcast is where we dive into stories, success stories of regular, ordinary people, immigrants like myself, who are literally changing their destinies in real time. So without further ado, I want to introduce my guest, Liliya Bachinska. How are you?
I'm good.
How are you feeling? You good?
I feel pretty good.
Is this something that you do often? Do you come on podcasts a lot or not really?
Not that podcast. I've been in the news. I give the interview a lot, but podcast probably my second
podcast.
Yeah, if
Nice.
not counting like interview church or magazines. Yeah.
Nice. Well, the thing is, I don't know you that well. Like I've known you. Why? Because my wife is a good friend of yours. I see you more on the Instagram. I see you more online. I don't necessarily have that close connection to you. So for those people like myself who don't know you well on behind the scenes, who know you on the Instagram format, can you tell everybody of how would you describe yourself right now? Who are you? How would you describe yourself?
I would say I'm a very busy mom.
Busy mom.
And yes, not like I'm a busy wife, maybe, yeah. But mostly I'm a busy mom right now.
Busy mom. That's
this
the
is
word
my
you use.
season. Yes.
Okay. Now tell us a little bit where you're from.
I born in Ukraine in a small town, Ismail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I lived there till my 17, and then we moved with my family. We immigrated here to United States.
What year was that?
It was 2003.
Okay. Now you came here with your parents, or was this
Yes.
when you just?
Yes, we came with my whole family, with my parents, and we moved to Florida. Yeah,
Where?
Florida Palm Coast.
Palm Coast,
It's-
Florida?
Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
like 40 minutes from Jacksonville. So
Very nice.
that area.
Okay. So your parents are also Ukrainian?
My mom is Bulgarian and my dad is Ukrainian. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. What language do you usually speak?
Because two different languages, so we speak Russian in the family because everybody knows Russian. And with my dad's side, we speak more like Ukrainish, let's say. It's not like Ukrainian, but
You
it's
said
mixed.
Ukrainian-ish?
Yeah, it's like,
What is that?
it's like mix, because
Mix of Bulgarian and
no,
Ukrainian?
mix Russian and Ukrainian.
Got it.
And Bulgarian also, it's not like Bulgarian as people speak in Bulgaria. It's also Bessarabia, if you know Bessarabia.
Bessarabia.
Yes. So there is the
Is it like
Bulgarian.
dialect?
No, it's a like a region where
Oh, okay.
mix of different nations, like Moldovan, Russian, Bulgarian, Romanian, Armenian. There's like bunch of different
different nationalities,
yes.
different tongues.
So
right?
and every, let's say, Bulgarian village, like 3 Bulgarian village, they all have different dialect. Let's say, like they speak Bulgarian, but it's different,
Mhm.
and it's a little bit different from original Bulgarian. So kind
Got
of
it. Got it. So, but you grew up in Ismail, Ukraine. You were
yes,
born and raised there
born in
until you were
Izmir,
17 years old,
yes,
until you moved
yes,
to the United
yes.
States. Okay, cool. Now, was your family big size? Like, how big was your family?
Oh, I have 4 brothers, and I'm the only girl, and
So 5 of you.
yes.
Okay. Now, is it in your culture? Is it part of your culture to have big families?
Yes, because we're like, as Christians back in the day, like people used to have like many kids. I mean, some
How many?
families.
How many? What was the typical number of children?
There is not like specific number, but most of our like friends, my friends' families, mostly of them have like 8, 6, 7, 5, mostly like that. Yeah.
8, 6, 7, 5. Wow.
Yeah, some of them had like 10, 12, but even 13 or 14. So yes, we had families like these, but mostly average was like, let's say 5, 8.
Now, is
something
that
like
common to the Ukrainian culture, or is that common to the
I think it's more probably Christian.
Christian culture? So
Yeah.
Christian Ukrainians typically have more children than just the national.
You used
Just
to
the-
be like that. I can't say that these days were the same, but mostly yes. Yes, back in the days it was very common. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so what age did you get married? And
I got
old were
married
you?
in 2010. I was 24.
You're 24 years old.
Yeah.
And why do you consider that young? Do you consider that like, was that your intent to get married at that age?
It was a really good age, yeah.
Was
to
good
get
married? You were
married.
ready for that marriage, right?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
confident.
And so, did you imagine yourself having a big family?
Yes, I always wanted like at least 5 kids. That was my dream because I'm from family of 5, and especially at my wedding, I realized I wish I could have more, at least like couple more brothers and sisters. I always wanted a sister.
You wanted more brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Because when the family is united and when we get together, like family reunion, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. We have like
What's your like number one memory of you growing up with your siblings right now that you can that's highlight of your childhood?
Oh, we always laughed, like
Laughed?
like we have so much like stories to memorize.
What
Like,
what was it like that you remember that where you guys were all like involved in something together? Can you point like one instance for us?
well, when I was growing up, and my dad, he was like disabled. He wasn't rich, because
You weren't rich,
no.
meaning money wise. You didn't have a lot of money. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
My mom used to work, and my dad used to help her a lot around the house. So it was from like a being little. So that's the biggest memory. That's when our dad always played with us. He was not just like, he was provider also. He did his best, but the most was that he would walk in the room, and he would have like fun with us. And I thought that every kid has this, like this is normal. But then when I grew up, I realized not actually every father does that. So even when he was like some part of, like not perfect dad, this covered everything,
The fact that he spent the time with you, the kids.
Yeah, he would
meant
take
that-
us. Yeah, he would take us to church. He couldn't drive because of his vision. He had problem with vision, but he always was taking a bike, and put all of us on
You
that
were on a
bike.
bicycle? or a bike?
Yeah, bicycle.
Oh, wow.
And he would take us to church that way. One is sitting up front, one the ram, like in the bike, and behind two of us. I mean, I remember this because it happened like every single day. To church, to daycare. He always like been there for us. Mom was there too. She was a very good cooker.
Cooker? Okay.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, her food.
What was your favorite meal that she cooked?
Everything, whatever she does, everything is so delicious. All my friends with whom I grew up,
for me, for me, the typical Russian dish would be like котлеты for me or something.
Котлеты, манты, пельмени, any soup, any borscht, anything what she would make, it was super delicious. She always had something specific. I don't know, like same borscht but different things.
She had her own little caveat that she would add into it.
That was her. Okay. That was her passion, her talent. I think because it's not that she like learned or finished school with, but she had the talent. Yeah, she would feed 500 people with no problem, like with no leftover or not enough. She had this talent.
Mm-hmm.
So, but my dad, he spent a lot of time with us. And
so would you say she spent less time with you than your dad?
Yeah, because she has to work. She worked full time, and when she come home, she has to prepare food. She would do laundry, cleaning, and in the morning she has to go to work. So that was more with us.
I see. Yeah. Now I heard your story. Well, I didn't really hear the exact story. I wanted you maybe to share it a little bit. That you actually lost your mom to a car accident, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you share that story a little bit with us? Is there?
Yeah, it's been in 2006 in October, on October 19. Yeah, she left to work and they got in car accident. And everyone survived. It was 4 of them, but only her. She was gone.
She was the only one that passed in that accident.
Her the seatbelt on her side didn't work, like originally didn't work. So, and she had like a health problem, and she was always willing to sit on that side because.
Wait, she had the what problem?
Health problem.
Health problem. Got it.
Yeah, when she was buckling up, she had like like gryza.
Gryza.
Yeah, so it was.
How do you say that in English?
Forgot this word.
I don't even know myself. Gryza, okay.
Anyway,
you guys can Google it. I'll actually put the transition or the translation down into the comments right here.
So it's very for her. She would buckle up always herself. It's not that she never done it, but when she was in the car, she was like, "That's fine. I can, like for me, it's okay." But it's a very, very interesting story because my mom, somehow she knew that she will be gone.
She knew that she was going to die?
Yes.
That day?
She didn't know which day, but probably months before, she walked in my room one morning and she said, "Liliya, very soon we're going to have like a big tragedy, in our family."
Tragedy.
Yeah, tragedy.
You good. Don't worry about it. You got it.
Okay. And I always thought it's gonna be something wrong with my brothers. They're young, they just start driving, like friends, hang out. And I thought that's probably something gonna happen to them. So I was really praying about them and thinking like, what can it be? What can it be? And I never thought that it could happen to her. But she never told me the dream. She would not. She's like, we just need to pray. But the last night, she did not sleep. She was praying in her room. So where the bathroom, the connection, like the ventilation.
Ventilation system.
Yeah. So
the fan.
With my room, was common, and I could hear everything. So she was praying the whole night.
So you heard her praying that
night?
Okay.
The whole night. And I was like praying too because I hear her crying And that prayer I will not forget, because she was like given to God, like every one of us, like two of my brother been married.
She was praying about the children, you guys,
Yes,
to
yes.
God. Okay.
For my sister-in-law, for like my niece, my nephew had to arrive pretty soon at that time. And so every single one of us, she just gave it to God, and then in the morning, she took a shower, she prepared herself, and I made a coffee, and she loved it when I make coffee. So she had that last cup of coffee, and it even left it outside. She left it outside because the lady came to pick up her. And when we were like back after the whole accident, the cup was staying there. And that's my memory, like what remember from that day. It was pretty crazy, but
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, I recently lost my dad. I mean, losing a parent is one that you kind of, that remains with you for the rest of your life. It's not. It's I guess from what I heard, sons who lose their fathers, it's a special type of pain, and the same goes for daughters who lose their mothers. So it's different than just losing any type of relative. It's that special connection that you share. How about we switch gears a little bit? I wanna focus a little more on your story with the twins. Now, this story, has been around. I mean, ChatGPT knows this story.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No,
Believe it
way.
or not.
I never checked.
Believe it or not, go ChatGPT, and the ChatGPT will tell you the story. It's fascinating, but I want you to walk us through that moment. I want you to walk us through that moment when you actually found out that you were pregnant with conjoined twins. What were you feeling? Was it like, what was going through your emotions? Like, walk us into that moment. Like, was it fear? Was it confusion? Were you at peace of it, or were you like upset? Like, what were you going through at that moment?
Well, in the beginning, I didn't know that I'm pregnant with twins. So I knew I'm pregnant, and everything was usual, normal, like everybody excited. We are like waiting for the baby, blah, blah. And then I started feeling not good. I thought I'm having miscarriage. So I end up in ER, and that's where and how I find out I'm having twins. So
now, this was not your first miscarriage, right? That you thought.
Yeah, before the girls, I did had miscarriage.
You already had one
Yes.
other miscarriage before, so you thought this was another one of those moments.
Yes, because it looked worse, and I thought that's it. I'm having another miscarriage, and what happened? I find out that I don't have everything is good. It's just my body reaction for twins. So I was super excited. I was like, oh wow, like I couldn't believe. Everybody got excited about this news. And a week later, I was at that point 9 weeks pregnant.
You were 9 weeks pregnant at that time when you found out you were pregnant with twins.
Yes.
You did not know about the conjoined situation.
Yeah. Only I knew we are having twins, and that everything is okay. So week later, at 10 weeks, I find out that I'm having actually conjoined twins.
Did you go into that follow-up appointment, or did they call you?
Yes, after ER, I went to follow-up appointment with my doctor so they can do ultrasound more and give me more details. And that's where we find out that they most likely conjoined. So
it wasn't obvious at that moment yet?
I was not 100%. They couldn't tell because we needed like a specialist and special ultrasound so they can see more details and confirm that they are conjoined.
So when did they actually confirm?
Another not another week later, but after, it was probably Friday, and that Monday or Tuesday we had appointment at that special clinic.
Let's say at 11 so over the weekend, you guys went in for the ultrasound.
So I was about 11 weeks at that time.
Around 11 weeks.
Yeah.
Got it. So at 11 weeks, you found out that you were actually pregnant with conjoined twins.
Yeah.
Now, what was that like?
Oh, at that time, I already had a very big piece inside me when we got confirmation. But
Meaning, what do you mean? You already
so
got it? You already
at
felt
10
comfortable
weeks,
with it?
yeah, at 10 weeks, when they just told me, I was not even aware. I was shocked because I see the whole movement and situation, how people react, like the doctor and the ultrasound technician, how they like their eyes and everything. I understood that something is going on, but because English is my second language, I couldn't get like what does that mean, conjoined twins, like what does that mean? And I didn't even realize that it's conjoined twins. Like when I translated in Russian, I said, this is not possible. Like seriously, like I understand, like,
You didn't believe it.
no, I didn't. I like it's not possible. Like seriously, this is not like, that kid has like something not developing, or like syndrome down, or I mean conjoined twins. This has gotta be, you guys gotta be kidding me. Like this is not possible at all. Like
You know what the interesting thing is? I looked at the statistics of it. 1 in every 2.5 million births. That's how likely it is to happen. 1 in
yes,
2.5 million births.
yes. In USA, 1 in a 10 million. 1 in a 10 million. Plus the bigger thing, that's their craniopagus connection,
Right,
like a joint.
craniopagus, where
Yeah,
you're connected by the
that's
head.
that's
Mhm.
even more makes rare.
Even rarer, yes.
Yeah, and I was like, this is not possible,
You were like laughing, like, no, guys, you just like, you redo this test over again or something.
No,
right?
I was like denying, and then at that time I probably was shocked, like I
You were
was
more
shocked.
shocked?
Yeah, I couldn't like cry, but later when I called my husband, I'm like, oh, like how it's possible? Like tell me they're just, they saw some mistake or something. I was like, I start crying. I couldn't talk. I was a mess. Let's
What
say.
was that? What was that cry about? Was it fear? Was it like
I was a
confusion?
mess. Like
Were you afraid? Like, what was that?
not like afraid. I'm like, what I'm gonna do with this kids? Like seriously, what I'm gonna do? What people gonna say? Like my mind was like blowing from thousands thoughts that was not even mine. They were just fighting my head, and I'm like, all I was saying, like, God, just do something about it. Either do a miracle or just do something about it, because you you made me rejoice like a week ago that I have these twins, like how cool is that, how blessed I am. And now what are you trying to do? Like you want to, like, people like what to say, hey, like she probably like done something wrong. This is
Meaning, like,
happening.
you sinned somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, like Slavic people, they always know how to point out why you have this situation.
Why you're going through some adversity? It's
Yeah,
most
and
likely you did some sin or something.
but me, by myself, I was like, God, like I'm serving you, like my heart. I'm not like, like I'm a good person. Why are you doing this to me? So that was like a mess. Like
So
seriously.
you thought that, you looked at it initially as like a punishment from God.
No, I didn't. I knew it's not punishment, because I knew I was not like, like crazy person, like I knew my life from God, like I'm trying to be always honest inside me, like not just, oh, I'm so holy and good, from people. I always stop myself and check myself before I even want to say something, like, is it true what I want to say? Is it true? Do I really, do it? Do I really serve, people? Do I really? And I knew that I'm not a bad person, like, and I believe that God is not like that. He goes after you. Oh, you lie. Okay, I'm gonna punish you. Now you will see what, I knew who I am in God. That's why I was so confused. I was so confused because I'm like, God, what's going on? Like,
Well, that's part of my my other question that I wanted to ask you was, I mean, based on what I know, you're pretty, you would consider yourself a pretty spiritual person, right? Like
Yes.
you
Yes.
believe in God. You take that to the full extent of that understanding of being spiritual. Now,
Let's say being Christian.
sure, Christian, spiritual.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, because I'm separating the spiritual with religion. Because some
Okay,
people
I got
understand
it.
religion as
Yeah.
just praying every day and blah blah. And I'm saying spiritual in the sense of you feel like you have a connection to God.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
right? So with that said, what was your main question to God at that moment?
At that
What were you
moment,
talking to him about?
at that moment, all I was saying, do miracle or take these kids. Like, I don't know what to do with them.
Take them? What do you mean take them? Where is he going to take them?
I don't know.
Like kill them? Like
No, it's
do
just like,
miscarriage or
yeah,
what?
like miscarriage or something. Like, what I'm gonna do with them? I was like, I was a mess for like another 30 minutes, let's say. I was a mess, and I was driving, and those thoughts was fighting my head, and I thought I'm gonna just go crazy because it's not stopping. It's just I can't even explain what was that. I think that's how people getting crazy. It was really bad. And then at one point, everything stopped. Like I heard silence, like in my mind, inside me, from outside. It just like peace, like silence. And very clear, I heard this in my, like, inside me. It's not just I heard voice or something, but it was really very clear, like, who I am to you. If
You
I
heard God's voice.
Yes.
You say,
who I am to you.
mm-hmm.
What do you want from me? I'm a God. I can do miracle. I can, like, I'm
And I don't
willing
have to do
not.
it.
Yes, I'm a God. I do what I want to do. And at that time, I realized that.
How did you hear that in your head? What was that? What was that like?
It was very.
Was it a voice that you've never heard before? Was it something that you
No,
heard
I
often?
heard this voice before.
Yeah.
I already heard this voice before. It's in like, I can't say I heard something with my ears. No, it's completely different. I cannot explain.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm saying, we are talking about it long, but at that time it was a very quick conversation. But at the same time, it was very, very, like, it's a good conversation. It was like, let's say, was about 15 minutes conversation.
It was like a 15-minute conversation.
It was like
between you and God.
It felt like, yeah.
Okay.
But originally, when I drive this piece of road, like this.
You were mentioning it was a bridge, right?
Yeah, it was
bridge. Driven across.
It's so short, like 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay.
You pass it, like with all the lights up and everything, and I was trying to be. I realized that I knew it's God, and I'm like, okay, well, God, I was just using whatever I don't want these kids, like I was yelling before, like right before this silence. And I'm like, okay, right now, like, what can I say? Like, I started looking for beautiful words, to be nice, to say properly, and then I'm realizing that he even know what I'm talking, like what I'm thinking right now. And I'm like, well, God, I'm gonna be super short. I know what is stress, how my body reacts on the stress. Like, I know that I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. If you're not gonna hold me by my hand and lead me through this situation, if you're not going there, I know I'm not gonna make it. Like 100%. I've been there, like I've been stressed once in my life very bad that I almost passed away, and I'm like, no.
Okay.
I know I'm not gonna make it.
So you said basically it's either you're helping me, walking me through it, or we're just.
Yeah, I said, I don't, actually, I don't need a miracle. Like, I would just say, all I need you to just lead me through it.
Okay.
If they will survive or they will stay alive, no matter what, if you will be there with me, I'm going for it.
So would you say that is where you draw your strength from? Like you?
Yes.
Is that your source of strength?
Right at that moment, I felt like peace went over me. It was super like natural, like it's not that something common and I felt before this, like it was like something like covered me. I stopped crying. All those like nervous thing, shocked, whatever. Everything was gone. I become so calm. My mind started like reacting to this situation that all is in God's control. That's it. No more worries. No matter what's gonna happen, no more worries. God is with me, no more. And that's it. And in after 5 minutes, I went to pick up my boys because I had 3 boys at that time, and my friend was watching them. And it was my third child birthday, so it was in July 15. And I sit down on the couch, and I'm like, Veronica, what happened? She's like, what happened? Like, look at you, like, what's going on? Because I was crying, and I'm like, doctor says this and that, and she's looking at me like, and you just saying like that, like
You're like all calm
yeah,
about it,
you're
like-
so calm, like what's going on, And I'm like, another thing happened, and I just start sharing what just happened to me because it was like 5 minutes away from her house. And I'm like, I don't know, something, God just did something, like I feel very calm, and I know that everything will be okay. And she's like, well, like you look crazy, like how you can just be. I was so calm, it wasn't natural, like because when something just happened to you, you will like sob, you will
Yeah.
still cry, you will want someone like to hug you and be there for you, like pray for you. I
didn't
was
need all
super
that.
calm. I was super calm. Even me, I was shocked, like,
Wow.
I couldn't believe that this is happening, but I just knew. I knew that this is God. Like I went
Interesting.
home, I was laying in my couch. I was already thinking how I'm gonna share with people, like with everything, because I knew that at some point I will have to.
Right.
Because even at that time I wasn't that popular, but I had so many. I had about like 2,000 followers on my Instagram. At that time it was a
Right.
big deal.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I was actually just about to go into it. I was like, okay, well, you got the news. Now it's time to tell everybody else. What was the reaction from your community that you were around, and what did it surprise you at all? Like what the reaction was?
At that point, I was not care anymore what people gonna say, what community gonna, how they will react. I did not care.
Mm-hmm.
All I wanted to say, hello. Can you imagine? I'm having a conjoined twins. Can you imagine? Like this is like something rare, something. So it was like, to be honest, I lived my whole pregnancy. I lived this life like in my full. I went to baby showers. I went to birthday parties. I went to church. I was praying. I felt so calm, so happy. I
Wow.
enjoyed my pregnancy. So even my friends who were like very close, they were like, Liliya, at some point we thought you got like God just took out your mind because you just like
You're not reacting normally.
you're
to
living,
this.
yeah, like you're living your life and you're still happy. So we couldn't like figure it out what's going on, like
Was
at
there
least-
anybody who was like, hey, what is going on? What like did you get any like bad reactions?
Of
from it?
course,
Yeah?
of course. Some people say, Liliya, you have to at least, like show a little bit of grave, like you're like
Grief.
grief, yes.
Grief. Like you have to be a little bit sad here, right?
Yeah, you need to like to be more calm. Stop showing up everywhere, like stay a little bit home, like show that you're like you really like meaning that it's pretty sad what's going on with me. Like I get like many people called me and say, hey, you just can go for abortion. That's it. There's not gonna be a problem anymore. I heard every different.
What was the worst thing that someone said to you?
I don't know. I can't.
You don't have to say who it is. Who
No,
it was.
no. I'm saying,
what was that like? The when you
it's
felt
really
like, wow,
hard.
this
It's really hard to say the worst thing because it didn't hurt me. You know
Mm.
what I mean?
You didn't
I heard,
any
yeah, people said a lot, like many of them was, and I didn't had like judgment on them. I didn't judge them. Why they have to like tell me this? It's already like a lot. But at the same time, just because I think hurt me, it didn't hurt me inside. I can't say, oh, was the worst. Was the worst. All I just was like blessing these people, like one of them was at my baby shower. The one girl said, hello. Why she's making big deal out of it? She could just like abort them and we don't have to like do any of it. So a lot of people like
Mhm.
was saying some.
Have you ever considered the alternative? Like, have you ever considered aborting
No,
them?
no.
Did that ever come like cross your mind ever that like perhaps maybe I should consider that option?
No, no,
Ever, never.
no.
Hmm.
When I find out when I had this mess in my head, the first, let's say, 30 minutes after I got out of shock, after the news, the only thing was crossing my mind that I was like, well, this is the состояние, the condition of people when they have like bad news about their child, and this is how they make decision to abort the baby because your состояние.
Staying your inner peace, or
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like you basically like fighting in your mind, physically, emotionally. This is very big fight.
mm-hmm.
This is what I realized. I was thinking how people can abort, sick kids, like when you know that they're not doing well but me, myself, to abort a child, no,
You would never be able to do it?
no, no.
Is it because of religious reasons, or is it because you just don't consider that an option?
I think it's more because I'm Christian. I believe that every life is a pressure and gift from God, and we have no right to take it.
But you did have people suggest to you that you
Of
should
course,
abort,
a lot. Yes, a lot.
even in church.
At church, my family, some of my family members. Yes, and I'm not judging. I'm not judging anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that because I was in God's hand, He covered me. None of it hurt me,
It didn't hurt you.
No, it didn't.
None of those people that were saying things, they didn't hurt you at all.
No.
What was your motivation during that moment? Those that you were living through. What motivated you to keep going?
So, like I mentioned earlier, that I had this peace, supernatural peace inside me that covered me, my family. So, besides that, it also affect my mind because let's say like I have every other week we had like to see some specialist, check hearts, check ultrasound, this and that, and every time they would come up, oh, maybe this gonna happen, maybe this, oh, we see this, we see like all different things. So it's kind of at the moment it hit you, like, oh, they not might survive, oh, they have problem with this, they have problem with that. So it's kind of, like, oh, what I'm gonna do, and then as soon as I walk out of that appointment, like my mind, it's kind of set up, Liliya, I'm with you, everything is fine. This is just the doctors. They see what they see. They say what they have to say, but it's all in my hands. And then again, I'm like, relax. We go have some coffee. I'm like, how cool. We have another coffee date, because my husband used to support me a lot because if there is any decisions they have to make, or I will have, because this pregnancy was, of course, complicated, and I had some health issue also because I got tired pretty quick.
So what do you think? What were your kids thinking about when you were going through all this? What were they going through, and what were they saying at the time?
So, of course, at some point we had to explain them what is going on, that I'm not just regularly pregnant. And we explained them that we are having twins and they are conjoined, and we don't know the outcome of this pregnancy. They might born and we can see them and they might pass away, or they're not gonna make it at all. So we kind of explained them what's going on, and we just said all we can do, we can just pray about it and believe that God will do his work in life of these twins, and we're gonna do what we can do, and the rest, it's all
They
in
didn't.
God.
They didn't really understand them what was going on really that much, right?
My oldest, I would say yes, he would understand more.
Can you tell me a little bit about your health situation? So this wasn't the typical pregnancy, right? This
Of
is not
course.
something that you went through before. This is something new to your body. Did you have a consideration for your own health at the time, or you just didn't care? Or like, did you eat different? Did you sleep more? Did you do anything different with this pregnancy?
Well, there was like some like consequences because of the whole pregnancy, the whole situation, that I might get fast tired, like I was not able to move a lot, like but in January I was sleeping well, eating normal, not like eating because of the stress, not like, oh, I can't eat because I'm stressed. None of that would happen. Or like, let's say if I cried at night, no, it's just like being pregnant. It's not easy.
But
So
did you ever think about, hey, no, I gotta like take care of my body more for these, for these girls? Did you ever have that
I
consideration?
always with all my pregnancies, I'm trying
You didn't
to.
do anything special, anything different. This was just.
I took my vitamins, try to move around, be happy, calm, you know. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's switch gears a little bit and talk about the actual process. So, what were the doctors saying to you? What was, when you went to those consultations prior to giving birth, what was the hope that they were telling you? What was like the plan? Was it always to separate them, or was there, what was their recommendation?
Oh, well, in the beginning, none of them knew if they will be able to separate them or not. Like until 6 months for sure. We didn't.
Until 6 months of how they had to be
Or being pregnant.
being pregnant 6 months, or being
Yeah,
6
we
months?
no, being pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they was able to do the MRI when I was like before birth, let's say like 7.5 weeks, something like that.
They did an
Close.
MRI on you at 7.5 weeks,
Yes, 2 times.
or 7.5 months. You mean, not weeks, right?
Months, yeah.
Months.
Months. You're
Months.
right. You're right. Yes, months. So I had them at 35 weeks. So that's mean on week 33, something like that, we had MRI. So they did once and they wanted to make sure what they see is occurring correct. So we did in a couple days again, and in different clinic. But yeah, that's when they said that they will be actually able to try to separate them. Yeah.
So they gave you like a,
That's
you
when
like a 100% guarantee, like a 90-80% guarantee. What was that? What were they saying?
we didn't say about like percentage, but they said there is chances to separate them.
Mm-hmm. So the chances of them separating was.
Of course, yeah, of
Okay.
course. They were like inside me. They still had to be born,
Mm-hmm.
so to be checked and see. So it's, it was like they couldn't be 100% sure, because the whole situation is very rare, very new for every single person who was involved in our case.
And how often did you see the doctors? Like, did you go to consultations?
I had, like I said, there, sometimes in a week, couple times, there could be appointment, like 2 appointments in one day. So it could be like every other week, So it's
You lived at the
a lot.
hospital.
Yes, a lot here and there, and it's always different places here, there.
Wow,
And
different hospitals.
Yeah, hospital, clinics, and also they were all early in the morning because of the emergency. Everything is booked, so I have to show up before the office is closed. So many times we would show up and wait someone to open the door, and they had to take me in very quickly. So
I see. And then, so how do they prepare you for this, for the birth? What was that process like? Was it different than the typical birth? Or did it, like, who was with you? Who was in the room? Like, what was that process like?
So mostly my husband was with me, or I'm by myself. He could like take me in. For example, before the birth, I had to come to the hospital and be there, let's say, for like good couple hours to check like heartbeat. They see like either construction starting or not, like stuff like that. So at that time, I wish no one to come in the room so I can just sleep and relax. But the medical staff, they were always like...
Was it similar to every other birth that you've had, or was this a different
Oh,
experience?
different, of course, different.
Yeah? So how different was it? What was the process like? What did they start with? And like,
it's like 3 times more appointments, 3 times more.
but like before birth, was this in a special room? Was this in special equipment that they used? Was it like, or was it? And again, I'm sorry, I don't know. This was natural, right? Or no?
No, C-section.
C-section.
Of
Okay.
course.
I'm sorry.
35 weeks,
Okay.
planned C-section, very
planned
rare.
C-section,
Also very...
So it shows how much I know.
Yeah, very. It was a classical C-section, not
Okay.
common at all. It's like old-fashioned, whatever. They cut me as much they could to take them out safely. Because remember that like 2 heads has to come at same time. They cannot move, do not break necks,
Yeah.
It was planned.
How long did it take
to plan?
Like the actual birth?
The
process.
The process of... So it was like scheduled, but things went unexpected, and it was like an emergency. So
what happened?
At some point, my blood pressure, I think, went down and didn't want to come back. So it was like, I can't really medically tell you what happened. Choosing to not talk about that part.
But it was a health condition, and you're not the babies, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There was like, I know what happened. I just I don't want to...
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Shop. So
Okay.
Because of I know the doctors and all the specialists, they did their best. So I don't want whatever was negative, let's say, or not good experience. I choose to not say anything because they did a lot. So I can just skip that part. Everything what went differently.
You don't want to speak badly on the medical staff, is what you...
No, yeah. Okay. Of course, we're all humans. We had many moments over there where we could even sue maybe there, but of course not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so the girls finally arrived. They're born. Explain your emotions going through that moment when you actually finally saw them.
Oh, I saw them next day.
Oh, you didn't see them right away? They didn't show them to you?
No, because like I said, I started like knocking out.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
My body was failing at some point. Wow. They had to take ER, very emergency, to operating,
take you to
operating room. Yeah, it was emergency. But God was there, and everything went well, and the girls born very big and pretty healthy.
And you only saw them the following day?
Yes.
So what happened? What was going through your mind when you finally saw them?
Oh, my emotions was like I was super excited. I don't know. I was
Were
super
they
excited.
beautiful?
Oh yes. Oh, they were super cute. Abigail had her smashed nose. She looks so funny because her personality was like bossy. Since she born, you could tell that she was the boss. I don't know how to explain, but her attitude, how she was crying, how she was like, asking for food or something that she don't like. You could tell her face, like
Wow.
Mika, she was like an angel. She would just watch you. But Abigail, she was the boss. You could tell. But it was super funny how she was trying to be a boss and her smashed nose like this. And I was like, I was freaking out actually. I'm like, why you guys didn't say that she has this nose? And they were like, no, it's okay. It will pop out. Some kids born with
She was
smashed.
like smashed.
Yeah, it was just, it looks so funny.
You
But
have pictures of it?
I do.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And
If we'll be able to post it for the podcast.
I will check. I will check, and if I find, it should be in my phone, couple of them.
Okay.
But she was super cute, and not both of them. So they were like
You realized
so
this was this
precious.
normal to you? Did that like it didn't seem like wait, no, something's not here. This seemed like a normal moment? Like was it like completely normal to you at that moment?
The feelings were like, let's say they were different from my other kids because I was very curious how they will look. I mean, I saw the images, this and that, but like it's same thing when you see your baby like on ultrasound and then you see alive. It's different. So I was very curious. I saw pictures already before I met them in person. I saw the pictures, saw videos. So I kind of had this idea how they look, but they were like super cute, super
And
cute.
you at that moment you already kind of developed that normalcy in your mind, like this was
Yes,
it
yes.
didn't feel like
Oh my
a
God,
moment
yeah.
of like weirdness, like wait
No, no,
wait
no.
what is going, why are they like this was all like as if it was meant to be that this way, this was supposed to
Yes,
happen that way,
yes,
and that's
yes.
exactly how it happened.
Yeah.
That's how you felt.
Yes,
Okay.
I prepared the cutest outfit. I couldn't wait to dress them, like change them and learn how their personalities and all that. Yeah.
Nice. Now I want to ask you about the medical portion of this procedure and like the experience. So, what did the doctors say? Were they interested in in doing the surgery? Why did they agree to it? Essentially, were they just curious? Was this like an experiment type of thing, or did they want to help you? Like, what was their part in it? What
Oh,
was it
it's
like?
all
Were they also
together.
curious? Are they going to be able to
Of
perform the surgery?
course, of course. It's a very big thing in the medical field, It's a very big thing, of
And did
course.
they say like after they were born, like they were saying, okay, yeah, we can make the surgery
Yeah.
happen with like
Yes, yes,
with
yes.
with a good success rate?
About success way.
No,
Nobody knew.
no.
Outcome, no, no.
Even after they're born, they still couldn't tell you
No,
like,
no,
hey, we
no,
can do this 100%.
no.
No, what were they saying? Like,
They said that we will do our best, and
what was the worst case scenario?
that's the let's say the worst scenario. They can die. They can pass away. That's it, right there. Because it's a brain, it's heart, and everything. It's all those arteries. All. So
They shared. What did they share exactly?
the main vessel,
The main blood vessel.
blood vessel, yeah, the main one.
They shared that blood
The
vessel together.
this cranion, whatever they called inside our. Yeah, it is the like a vessel.
So how did they separate it?
How?
How did they manage to do it? Did they? Oh, well, I guess okay. I remember they were walking around, or they before they attempted the surgery, they were 6 months, right? After 6 months, they did the surgery, right? Or
At,
how long did it?
at
How
10
long did it go?
months.
At
They
10
were like
months.
10 months.
So 10 months they had to live
So
conjointly
yeah,
and
there
prepare
was
for the
like
surgery.
they prepared, but COVID happened. Clinics are closed, where they had to order special stuff to prepare them for the surgery actually. So there's like specific things they needed, and when you receive those things, you need to put them inside their head, stretch their skin. So there was a way to go through before surgery, but because of COVID everything was delayed, and then like many other things, like during preparation. Oh, this happened, so we have to wait here. So it
Did it
took
take
us.
longer than it was
Oh
supposed to?
yes, yeah.
When were they supposed to do the surgery originally? At
So
what age?
before 1 year old.
Before 1 year.
Yeah,
So
before.
anytime before
So
1 year
we
old was
we
supposed to
wanted
happen.
to be back, let's say, at like around 3 months,
Mhm.
and start preparing them. Instead of that, we supposed to come back in April. We came back in the end of June. So
Oh, okay. So
because of
an additional
COVID.
3 months.
Yeah, then when we did like stretching skin, also we had to stop. So we had actually the surgery was scheduled, and then we had to reschedule again because.
Explain that process. Where they had to stretch their skin, right? They had like some. I remember they had like a bubble, like a.
Yeah, I think it's
What was that? What
nothing
was that process?
unusual. I think it's been
What do they? How do they
practiced.
do it? What do they do?
They put inside special like a balloon bubble, wherever. It's like a bubble, and it has the cord that comes out. So they leave it outside, and they actually filling water inside by milligrams. Every day, little by little. That's how they stretch your skin.
So it actually just inflates inside their
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
Okay.
But you have to be like very careful with that. Yeah, we had to like pause and then continue. So, but it worked. But the whole process, it's not easy as you hear, because the skin can break. There is like so many moments that need to be watched and constantly, checked. But with God's help, yeah, everything went super good. Yeah.
So did you have any moment of doubt in that time, or did you actually feel like, yeah, everything's gonna be fine? Any moments of doubt during the time when they were actually preparing them for the surgery?
Of course, there was many moments that were like critical, and also like, there was moments, of course, that it wasn't
So
like.
there was a critical moment,
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
like
yeah,
health wise,
yeah,
their health.
yeah. At some point they had like infection. Then yeah, there was like moments where I was like super worried.
Any life threatening moments, or
It's not like life-threatening moments, but because of the health condition, it can like has like consequences, or how you call it, like
you can have
последствия.
severe effects, or
Yeah, like
Mm.
it can affect something,
Right.
because the whole situation is not usual, and there was moments when something went not like normal kids, let's say. So it was very like, I was worried more, to not have like uh, something because of fever, let's say. It can damage their brain, it can like do some changes in their body, like stuff like that. Because like,
Because of a weaker immune system, in a sense, right?
let's say one has infection because of they sharing 40% blood, so it went to a second child, and then you don't know how it's gonna supposed to heal. Like, they can give meds to one child in 2 seconds, and then the whole meds can go all for one only, like,
Only one
because the
child.
blood
Ah, okay.
flows.
Interesting.
So there was like moments like this. That's why, you're always like praying and like, God, please, like, heal them, help to go through this.
Did you cry a lot?
Yeah, that was like, Because, I cried. Of course, I'm a woman. Come on. Women like to cry, even if there
You're
is
a
no.
strong woman. I would say you're
Um,
stronger than average.
yeah, just think about it. We are talking about girls. I had my husband, I have 3 other kids at home,
Yeah.
and we deal people with people, when you deal with people, it's not always pleasure.
Right. No, of course.
Yeah, so a lot we've been through a lot thinking like about forgiveness, about more understanding, about not understanding. So those moments you just cannot say, "Oh, everything was super nice," "Oh, I was so calm." No, it's not like that. I lived my life.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to you could say and express, but
Yeah.
I guess I have a question regarding the health system, considering the fact that you pretty much lived at the hospitals. You spent a lot of time. What were some things that surprised you about our healthcare system? Did anything surprise you? Did anything like where you didn't something you didn't expect? Maybe a positive thing, maybe a negative thing.
Well,
Name one positive and negative that you encountered in the
I can think about negative because when you compare to something, let's say compared to our hospitals back in Ukraine, stuff like this. So it's really hard to say, oh, something was not really well in here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But what surprised me, and let's say not surprised me, but what touched me, like inside, that we had to deal with, let's say, like the highest level or doctors, specialists, like people who are not just doctor, they're rich, they're, got at some level in their life, with success,
Mm-hmm.
and how they welcomed us to the hospital, how they talk to us, treat us. That was, I was pretty touched,
You impressed?
impressed, yeah. Because
How the medical staff or doctors like specifically?
doctors,
Doctors.
yeah,
They
very
they were nice to you?
super nice.
Super
Let's say.
nice.
Yeah, they were like very
did any
easy.
moments stood out to you, like any
Yeah, I
specific moment?
remember this guy. He is anesthesiologist. Like his person in charge in the whole hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And he would come to us, start like talking, hey, how are you guys doing? You guys, good job. Like we're here for you. He would like tell his some story from his life, like sharing, talking to us like he is a friend of our family, like he knew us forever. And always asking like, do you guys need anything? Maybe I can do something for you. Like it's very simple. It's sounds like, well,
Basic.
he didn't promise you nothing big, but at the same time, how he would not even like, he could just walk, do his job and leave.
That's what you would expect, like say from a
Yeah,
hospital back
yes,
home, right?
yeah,
In Ukraine or something.
yes,
Be like
and
they were so rude to your son.
no, not like rude, but I don't have to like ask how you doing, like it's not my business. I'm here to deal with your girls and leave, But they were like super like human, like being human, and and later on I find out that he's actually, like a very rich guy. He's very, like smart. He's very like you know
Imagine. If he's a doctor, I'd imagine I would hope he's smart.
and he could just, but he was always there, like he would always come pick up himself, the girls, before any procedure, if they need like anesthesiologist.
Mm-hmm.
So
When
he would,
anesthesia, right?
yeah. So he would always show up. He would always ask how you doing, he would always like say like, calm words, like, don't worry, I'm there, I'm taking like, as it would be my kids, like not just, oh, don't worry, we will be back, they would always let me walk with them because it was COVID time.
Mm-hmm.
many restrictions, you can't
Right.
go there, you can't do this, wear masks, this and that, and they were like, Liliya, just relax, don't take a lot, like you could walk with us until the surgery room, like we will walk you through it, and that touched me the most. And
They humanized the process with you.
yes,
It
and
was
even now when we show up, in the hospital, if someone working like on their shift, they would come say hi, like support. Still, like it means a lot,
Yeah.
even like with trusting, like, and it helped me.
Yeah. So who did you actually get the most amount of help from during this difficult time? Who helped you the most?
I'm not really sure. Like everyone did.
No
their
one
part.
specific?
I have friend Veronica. She was there for me. Let's say, yeah,
Your
she
friend
was.
Veronica.
Yeah,
Mhm.
if I needed like anything, she would show up. Yeah,
Nice.
I would say Veronica was.
Nice. And who did you get help from that you did not actually expect help? Who like surprisingly helped you out that way that you were like you didn't expect help?
Well, when I just had the girls, there is one couple show up. They're like from different church. I don't know them. They just came to the hospital as husband and wife, and say, hello, we are here. They were not allowed to go to the girls, but they just show up in the hallway, like to give me a hug, to bless me, like with envelope, and just say a prayer over me and the girls. That couple, I will remember them.
You didn't know them, that.
No, I probably, if I will see them right now, I would not recognize, to be honest. But random people who completely don't know me, but I deeply, completely believe that they've been sent by God, like to visit me, to support me, because they show up not just, oh, I did not expect them and wow, surprise. No, it's just like about something you're praying and nobody knows about it, and someone just showed up, and not they just like give me like $1,000 and say, hey, I'm so genius, I want to, but it was like specific time when I needed specific amount, and they just like show up in my life. There was this couple, and later on when we were like later in the hospital, there was more situations like this.
I noticed you have I think it's a Cash App link.
Yes.
You're on your Instagram page, right?
I do have. That's
how does that work, and how do you usually get any monetary help that way?
That's what happened. We had open GoFundMe page, and so one day this girl, there was not just one girl. There was moments when people like, oh, do you have a Cash App? Do you have Venmo? Do you have like Zelle? And I'm like, oh no, thank you. I'm not using all this. We just have a GoFundMe, and that's it. That's where conversation about it was ending. But this time, it was a special time in my life, and this girl, she's like, hello, Liliya, like, I want to bless you. Do you have Venmo? And I'm like, oh, no, thank you. I don't have Venmo, but you're so nice. Thank you. And she's like, no, it's not going to work that way. She's like, you're going to have to open. And I'm like, okay, maybe. She's like, no, you need to do right now. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm like, okay.
She forced you into opening a Cash App.
Yeah, and then I start opening Venmo, and it didn't work for some reason. They start like checking something, so it's kind of stuck. We stuck on it. So she's like, try Cash App. So I opened Cash App, and she started blessing me through Cash App. And then after her, another girl blessed me, and
What was the most amount of money you received on a Cash App?
$1,000.
$1,000?
Yeah. And that was like it touched me so much, because at that time I had situation and I needed specific amount with which nobody knew about it, like nobody knew.
So you needed a certain amount of money at that moment
Yeah,
Nobody
to
knew
cover
about.
my for my kids' daycare bills, and nobody knew about it. That I don't have it. That I'm praying about it. And so you to know, in 2 days, the whole amount came to my account, and
The exact amount you needed
the exact amount, and a little bit extra.
and a
So
little bit extra.
yeah, for my coffee. you know,
You have so
that
much
was
money on top of that.
yeah, that was like that was something that when I start my
So
when cash up.
do you receive money till this day?
Oh yeah,
You still
sometimes
receive
people
money?
sometimes people
Nice.
just blessing me.
Okay. Now, I think from the time I'm not sure from what the progression was like, but before you had the twins to now, you have gained probably over 100,000 subscribers, right? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, not subscribers,
Yes.
but followers on Instagram.
Yes. Yes.
You're only on Instagram, is from what I understand, right?
Yeah. I have Facebook. I have TikTok. It's not that big,
Okay.
but I just started
But
like
the
a year ago.
Instagram is the one that kind of
Yes, where I was
the
more.
momentum. So which part of it made you go viral? Do you believe that you went viral in that moment, like with the girls?
Oh, yeah. So at one point it was like, no, I didn't do anything like, special to grow in there and anything.
But
Just
what attracted all those followers?
the girls.
The girls?
Yeah, the girls.
Was it the
girls
process? What do you
Yeah,
think
many
it was
people
that
like
attracted
start
them to
praying
you?
for me when I was pregnant, and start like praying for me, support me. And then just somebody was just following to not lost my story. Then I had the girls, and I reached, I think, 23,000, something like that. So, and when we came to separation, and after, that's when my account went.
After the separation.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I guess everyone was interested to see how that process was.
Oh yeah, it was big because, like I mentioned, I have so many people who I know who knows me, like because I used to live in Ukraine, I used to live in Florida, I used to go like Bible college. So many people, like, we got in touch through life, let's say. And many of them would say, like, let's say in Florida, they would come. If you come to the beach, you see like every groups. And if you walk to any like Slavic people, you walk, what are you doing there? Everyone was checking if they separated.
Oh man.
What stage is that? Oh, like, is there any update? So it very touched me, and plus, let's say, from I received message of Haiti. We used to watch that cartoon, remember, from
Yeah.
childhood.
Gaiti.
I have like Haiti, So people start like,
Gaiti, by the way.
Yeah, we like from Haiti, we are from Egypt, we are from Italy, Spain,
So the
Mexico.
whole world is watching.
Yeah, Puerto Rico, like people like texting me from all different, part of.
Would you say this experience was a blessing for you socially? Like socially?
Oh, it was blessing in every way.
In every way?
Yes.
You would say this entire experience was a blessing?
Oh, yes. I remember one day I was coming home. I don't remember. It was before separation. After I was driving home, and I was thinking, I felt like so special. Like, God, you just choose me to have these kids, to do this whole like big blessed work, because it wasn't just, oh, it's my blessing, oh, I feel blessed. I know how many people already been blessed before even I had them, just because God just put in my heart to share my story, what I'm going through, not when I finish, but he said, go and tell right now as it is, like, don't wait until something will come out. Just share, like, and I start like sharing with people. I'm going through this. I believe in this. And I saw how God work in others people's life. It's
through your
yes, people like start texting me like, your situation so inspired me. I'm going like through cancer. Nobody in my family knows it, but I just heard your story, like it touched me so much. Like my face grow. I have peace now in my heart. Like thousands
Wow.
messages. So that's where I find out that I am on the right way. It's also keeping me calm because I know it's God's plan. Like no matter where it's gonna end this story, God is in there. Because like I said, many people, not that I know, many like strangers would text and said, I am so touched. Like you have no idea how you impact my life just because you're sharing what you're going through.
Wow.
So that's what made me move on, and believe that I am doing the right thing.
Nice. Now, if you kind of looking back at all this, is there anything that you would change? Do you have any regrets whatsoever? Like having this, having to go through this experience? Is there
No.
anything that going back you would say, I'd like to, I'd do this differently? Is there something
No.
that you would do differently
No.
at all? Nothing.
No. I would not change anything.
Interesting. Why is that?
Like I said, I felt like everything was for a reason. Every had a place to happen, and whatever it was, like even like the very deep, painful, like stressful, like even those like 24 hours of separation, and everything was worth it. Like every single
Everything was what?
moment worth it, like a story like
worth
that
it,
one.
worth it. Got it.
Yeah, worth it. So, and I see how I changed. Even like to say like, did I do something like big? Did I like start reading more Bible, praying more, fasting more? Like, no, I lived my life as I live every day. And at the same time, the whole this process made me believe more, see God more, value things more, spend more time with my kids,
Wow.
less care about like material stuff, like, oh, like first I'm gonna clean and do this and then I will go take my kids somewhere, like, and then we will read the book. Then, no, we need to read book, we need to have fun with kids, we need to like, maybe you need to leave like a ministry or something, give up on some other thing, because we need to live in the moment and we need to understand that this is not going to be always like this. If it's hard time, okay, you will go over it, like it will finish. It won't be like this. And most important, how we going through this process.
Got it.
And sometimes things can be very hard, but find things that you can enjoy, like, because you understand this is just for a moment. You see your child is in pain, let's say, yeah, it's so hard, what can you do? You can sit and cry, you can be like smashed and just depressed because I'm in the hospital, my child is like sick, or not doing completely well. But what do you choose to do? Okay, I'm just gonna worship God. I'm gonna dress them up. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna, like, I'm gonna enjoy this moment no matter is it bad, is it good. Live it. You live it. Like не существовать,
Not okay. Not exist.
Not exist,
but live.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because with my understanding, many people right now don't even have this opportunity, like,
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Let's say I've been I believed in the, like reanimация, like
in
PICU, PICU.
In-
PICU, it says PICU, like детская реанимация.
Oh, okay. The children ICU.
Yes.
Basically.
I saw many cases.
Children's
Yes.
ICU essentially. The
Many cases. People don't even hope at all. And I'm like, and I could see it and choose. Yeah, many times I would just take my girls and walk and pray for all those kids. But, like I understood that we are choosing how we gonna live this moment.
Right.
Either we gonna stressed out as long as possible,
Yeah.
or we're gonna choose to pick up ourselves right away and just, let's say I love coffee. I love good coffee. All my friends know that. So for me, it was very important, like to, I couldn't have early in the morning because of we had to do things, regular things for the girls. But let's say at 11 o'clock, I waited. This was my time. I just prepare everything. And I know this is time me to have coffee. No matter what, I'm going to enjoy. I'm gonna, if I need it, like to step away and have me time, I always done that because I know it's part me. This is what gonna recharge me, let's say physically,
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And this has helped me to enjoy the moment, even through very difficult times. You see, these all small details, they will make you happy. Why you just, because like when we grow up, if something happens, that's how I remember. You have to grieve, you have to be sad, you cannot smile because are you crazy? How dare you smile when you're going through, like, you're not like, like when my mom passed away, how dare you celebrate your birthday? Your mom passed away months ago. How dare you can like listen music like this? Yes, you need. And when you depressed, people are like, "Oh, I'm here for you," But as soon as you get up, oh my goodness, too early get up, you know.
Yeah.
Shut up and sit, be quiet, like you too early, How?
It's not
Who
that time for
knows?
you yet to
Yeah,
celebrate.
who knows what is good for me or what is bad? It's me and God,
Yeah, for sure.
And that's it, that's what helped me to go through like even very deep. It's just, like situations.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, this story is definitely a tough one. Well, I mean, as you know, this podcast is central to the success story. Now I ask every guest on what their definition of success is. Now I want to know what is it for you? What does it mean to be successful in your understanding? What's your definition of success?
Well, me as a mom of 7 kids, for now, what I see my biggest success, that's to see my kids growing up and me done for them everything what I could,
Do everything possible for your kids.
Yes, do everything possible for my kids.
To do what?
So they can introduce them to God, show them life experience, like teach them a lesson, not just talking, but showing
be an example.
Yes, to be an example for them. So, and to teach them to choose the right thing, to show them what is good, what is bad, and so they can choose themselves the right thing. And in the middle of, during all this, what is success for me, like as a mom, to not forget about myself, to remember that I have to love myself first, to be strong physically, spiritually, to be healthy, to do anything for them. I need to be, like on my feet, like in my mind.
You have to be healthy and spiritually and physically.
So right now,
to provide them the necessary guidance that they need.
Yeah.
To be
so
successful.
Again, this is to have this a very good balance, because you can be a good wife. That's mean you do everything for your husband, but as a mom, you're okay, So right now, I'm mostly, because of special need kids, because I have 7 of them, I feel a responsibility to move, like to be successful in
being a mom.
Being a mom, yes.
Being a mom more than being a wife. Is that true?
That's what I see myself right now. That's what I would say.
So you're more concentrated on being a mom than you're concentrated on being a wife.
Yeah, that's what I see.
I see.
But I do love my husband.
Okay, so would this be accurate to say that your success is contingent on the success of your children. Would that be accurate? Like they have to be they have to be successful in order for you to feel successful.
I cannot make them successful. I cannot make.
But your job is to provide them the lessons.
Yes.
Example,
my job is
love,
so my life to be more involved as much as possible. I'm involved in their life right now when they're growing.
Got it.
So later on, I'm gonna be a good wife.
Nice.
If you can say that. Yeah. But because it's what I was thinking, it's good to have balance in everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the life shows me that like you can be a superwoman. You can be like super wife, super mom, super. If you cook good, that's your good cooker. You success in your cooking. But if you're a mom, you cook. Today I cook. Tomorrow I order pizza. Because there is like we need to do soccer, we need to do homeschooling, we need to do this and that. This is not possible to be super cook, super cleaning, super like
can't do it all.
Yes, because many times they say, oh, you have to, ты должна быть хозяйка, like you have to be this and that. And then I'm super stressed because I'm like, oh, I'm a bad wife, I'm a good mom. I'm successful in that.
I'm good with that. As long as I'm a good mom.
Yes, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that I'm not good wife. No. But to say, like, oh, if I want a success as a wife, that's a completely different thought. That's kids kind of, goes on.
Got it.
I mean, yeah.
Makes sense.
No, some people have maybe different opinion, and I'm not gonna.
Yeah. That's their difference opinion is, or their opinions are their opinions. There's always going to be people with their own opinions.
Yeah.
But this was a long conversation. I want to end this on a very quick lightning round. Now, lightning round is something where I give you a question, I give you two answers. You have to pick one or the other.
Okay.
It's just like a yes or a no, or you have to pick one of the two, okay? So we're going to do the first is coffee or tea? Coffee. Boys or girls? Depends. Okay, we'll go with that. Depends. In terms of vacation, ocean or mountains? Ocean. Beach. Okay. Eat out or cook at home?
Depends where to eat out.
So McDonald's, isn't it?
No. If to choose from McDonald's, eat home.
Eat home. Okay, got it. Okay. Messy kitchen or messy living room?
Messy living room.
Messy living room. Okay. Chaos or calm? Calm. Night owl or early bird?
Night owl.
I know. Okay. Movie nights or game nights?
Game nights.
Church or God?
God.
Okay. And then what is your ideal day like? Your ideal day?
When I was able to done so many things. Like
when you can do many things?
Yeah.
It's not about resting. It's about doing more things?
Yeah.
The more things you can get done, the better the day?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for me, when I feel tired and I know that I done so many things, it's good. But when I'm tired and I didn't do nothing today,
oh wow,
I feel very bad.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any last words for our listeners? Anything that you want to say before we finish this up?
I would say, but if we talk about success and all that stuff about life, the most important thing I think is to be honest with yourself. Talk to yourself. When you're honest with yourself, then it's easier to move on to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think being honest with yourself is key.
It's tough. It's not always pleasure because, I mean, it's not that you will answer someone. You still kind of, you know the true answer inside you. That's why many people have fear to be one-on-one with themselves.
Yeah.
But when you're honest, and then it's easier to move on, in any if you think about anything, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Well, and also, you're on Instagram. I'm gonna throw your tag on here.
Yeah, sure.
So for people, if you're interested in following Liliya, you can find her on Instagram. Again, thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us on this podcast.
Thank you
And
so
everybody
much.
who's listening, if you made it this far, I want to again recommend and urge you to please subscribe, like and follow and comment. And thank you, everybody. Take care. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.